I'm ready. I'm going to share a short collection of poems. I'm going to start with the first poem, Liberation and Resilience, which is included in this issue of Spoken Black Girl. Thank you again, Rowana. And it really is just about, the resilience and the tenacity of our people who, no matter what is thrown at us, we just keep going. So here it is, Liberation and Resilience. We who carry sorrows remain the architects of boundless dreams. We who are descendants of human beings once shackled, counted as chattel, denied agency. We are resilience, our existence a righteous and holy defiance. We who come to transform barriers into bridges, steadying the foundation with melodic rhythms of blues unspoken. Bars spit in ciphers, shatter illusions America fed us as truth. We who are caretakers of both spirit and memory, marching for Amir Locke, George Floyd, Tony McDade, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Corinne Gaines, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, Maya Hall, Rakia Boyd, and so many other names who elude us. We are resilience, our existence a righteous and holy defiance, standing in the spirit of ancestors who learned to swallow rage for survival, claiming their hearts as fortresses, trembling under the weight of silent anguishes. In their honor, we puncture invisible prisons with audacious and unapologetic rebellion. We stand unwilling to sacrifice our voices any longer for the pseudo comforts you present us, America. Our resilience emerges now as both salvation and sanctuary, for we are our liberation. That is liberation and resilience. Thank you. And this next poem, Choose Love, really speaks to my commitment to social justice, but then also my faith and how I see radical love and revolutionary love is inextricably linked to how we show up in the world. So this is Choose Love. And it was inspired by a friend of mine who came out with this hat, Choose Love. And I just was like, I got to write a poem. So this is it. Choose love, not what masquerades as love, blinding itself to difference, accepting mythology as truth, embracing community only in similarity. Choose love, which expands, makes intentional room for the sacred act of listening without needing to find the self reflected back in every syllable. Choose love, which shifts beyond borders of the soul, sits next to those the world decided to unsee long ago, and see them as you see yourself. Choose love in a culture elevating individual voices above the unheard chorus of the collective. Choose love, which comes to witness wounds not as enemy, but a divine teacher here to awaken us. Choose love, because without it, we cannot carry God within us. Choose love. So that's the second piece. Thank you. I'm so glad y'all are vibing with it. This piece is called Shatter the Silence, and I was blessed to read it at Artscape several years ago, which is the largest free arts festival in the country. And it was just such an honor. So let me share that with you now. Shatter the Silence. Cheslov said in a room where people unanimously maintain a conspiracy of silence, one word of truth sounds like a pistol shot. And so I speak, even though at times my voice wobbles under the weight of exhaustion, anger, and sorrow. I speak, we speak, you all alongside me, our voices a chorus, moving across the barren floors of US migrant detention centers, echoes of resistance climbing barbed wires meant to divide us. And we say, I am you, you are me. We have not forgotten you, mamas, aunties, babies, uncles, papas, in your eyes, imbued with fear, your stomachs full of dreams, yet realize asking for someone, anyone to render you visible. We find ourselves standing on auction blocks in 1619, skin the color of damp earth and mahogany, Our children torn from the breast of their mothers, milk now mixed with blood from ever present whips, anxious cries of our babies now classified as expendable, property, 3/5 of a human being, family separation on these shores. I hear Frederick Douglass over 120 years ago saying, without a struggle, there is no progress. I close my eyes. It is September 3rd, 1955, and I see Mamie Till, mama of Emmett Till, murdered at 14 for allegedly whistling at a white woman, clad in her Sunday best, elegantly defiant and determined the world see what hatred wrought in the battered body of her son, the light of youth extinguished. And I hear her tell us, shatter the silence. Let our families be united again. I am you. You are me. They are us. Shatter the silence. Drown out Richard Henry Pratt, whose words, kill the Indian, save the man, ignited the nefarious practice of stealing our indigenous siblings from their mothers and fathers. Swallow your memories, they were told. Abandon the beauty of you, your culture, your way of moving and being in the world for the illusion of assimilation, family separation. But we have always written our own narratives. The abolitionists, freedom fighters, artists, neighbors. We remember Howard Zinn's words, you cannot be neutral on a moving train. Recall these words when they tell us we are powerless. Our power rests in our minds, our hearts, our capacity to construct bridges of love. We must keep shattering the silence, creating tomorrow anew, for it is this courage which is our liberation. Thank y'all. Thank you so much for all the love in the comments.
Woo!
I want to share to close out a few poems about my daughter. I've been so blessed to parent a daughter, a child with learning differences. It's taught me so much about compassion, you know, and really seeing people beyond labels, but seeing the person. So this poem is called "Our Love is Rhythm." Our love is a rhythm, each syllable its own melody, a symphony of compassion, whose singular language only mother, father, and child speak. In the quietness of our days, we stitch a quilt of comfort, its tapestry bound together with the unseen fabric of hope. We wrap this heaviness around us as we walk in the world. It nourishes our language of love, healing traumas and pain we cannot name, and bursts a new way of seeing with our hearts. Thank y'all so much. And this last one is dedicated to my daughter. Again, it's called "Wounds Become Wings." And then I look forward to hearing all of your amazing poetry. Wounds become wings. You sprint from the sting of silence instead of listening to breath, body, spirit. But tell me, beloveds, how does one grieve a life imagined, wrestling not to see hope as tiny shards of glass disintegrating? Standing still, inhaling inexplicable sorrows as movements of others around you blur, their words whirling, bereft of meaning. You are at once surrounded and alone. God, Spirit whispers, abandon all you have known and embrace a new way of being. Each step taken within this garden of despair comes to transform these wounds into wings. Arriving, witnessing miraculousness in everyday moments, discovering with renewed wonder what you once blindly dismissed as normal. It is here within this valley, seemingly devoid of illumination, where surrender births liberation, an expectancy of breakthrough. For you have become the light you once fought to see. Thank y'all. And before I close, I just want to say that these poems, well, the performance of these poems is dedicated to my dad, Rudy, who inspired me so much, and my mom, My parents who poured so much love into me, but my dad passed away November 27th, and I carry his spirit and his legacy of love with me every day. Thank you for listening.
That was beautiful, E, as always.